Here we go!
Hello, I hope you're doing well, and today we are going to be going over a very special subject. You see, there hasn't been a Mario Kart game in basically a decade, at least it might as well be a decade. While the Booster Course Pass, and well, Mario Kart 8 in general, has been a fantastic series. Unfortunately, my hunger for a brand new gaming experience in the Mario Kart franchise has not been satiated, and I, for one, take a very big dislike to it. Playing virtually the same courses over and over again has made me quite tired. However, today I have big news. A folder had showed up at my door not too long ago. It wasn't the thickest folder, but it was a folder nonetheless. It had a gigantic 10 on the front. It was kind of obvious, I guess. Though, I'm not sure what the 10 meant, I decided to pick it up anyway, even though I didn't order anything like that. But hey, whatever, it's a free folder, so. Believing that it would possibly be a top secret document, I ran in as quickly as possible and put the folder onto my table to investigate all of the contents. And what I discovered gave me a serious scare. In a good way. The first thing I saw when I opened the folder was a paper saying Nintendo in a comically large logo, basically take up the entire page. At first I thought it was a sticker, it wasn't, so. It would have been cool though. But what I found next was even more surprising. The next paper said in very, well, I wouldn't call sloppy, but you know what, whatever, it's sloppy, handwriting that said Mario Kart 10, but in Japanese. Now, you could only imagine the shock and ecstaticness, is that a word, that I felt when I read that paper. Without a second more, I quickly opened the rest of the contents in it, and everything that I found from different documents, artwork, etc. I was absolutely overwhelmed. These were all documents talking about the new Mario Kart game that I guess was gonna release soon. How soon? Not sure, but you know, soon. I'm not trying to spoil it so that Nintendo doesn't sue me. Anywho, I read through every single part of the folder, everything up, down, and around, even looked in secret areas to see if there was something hidden behind everything else. I didn't find anything. But regardless of that, I realized that I couldn't just keep all the secrets to myself. This stuff had to be shared secretly. And what better way to share it secretly than to post it on a public platform? So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Hello, my name is Daddy D, and this is the Mario Kart 10 Direct. The first thing I'll start with is the carts and functions that come with the carts in the game. I had found this blueprint of the new standard cart that we acquired from the official headquarters. In it, we discovered 3 new add-ons to this modernized masterpiece. The first one is propeller wheels, where a yellow ramp is used for this new ability. When you access a ramp, one of 2 things occur. Number 1, yellow propellers come out of your tires as they face down, which allows you to drive on air, but only within the limits of the lines shown around the allotted area. Staying vigilant is key. Get hit by a foreign object and you risk your placement. I guess you fall into the water. The second thing that happens is that those same propellers can eject and you can drive on water, which is reserved and called water-only sections. Driving here is a bit more risky since you'll slide more and go a bit faster. Basically, you're gonna be a lot more slippery. However, the reward is much greater if it's a shortcut. But there's also another function, which I think is the main one. The second function is called rush wheels. The ramp for this ability is red and purple. Access it and you will have reached a speedy gold mine. In these areas, your car will have a second set of wheels attached to the back tires of your cart, which turns you into a flashy inferno. You can manually spin your cart around whenever you want to gain a small burst of speed. This is similar to the anti-gravity function when you hit a bump on the road. Anti-gravity is also still a function in the game. The second way to gain speed is by once again manually spinning your cart, but this time to hit opponents. This doesn't cause any damage to anybody, but you'll get a 3-second burst of fiery speed if you successfully hit someone. However, there's an item that can cause damage which will be elaborated on later. Basically, it's the speedier version of anti-gravity. Now, we're moving on to movesets. Basically things that you can do which can make your kart experience a bit more chaotic. There's only one new function that's been added. It's called the side swipe drift. The side swipe drift allows you to drift by leaning on the side when jumping off of a platform or getting bumped into by an opponent. Since your cart will be tilting to the left or right, you'll be able to give yourself an advantage by drifting to the side. And don't worry, your cart won't fall over. This also can work for bikes. There's a small console on each side of the cart to do so. This can only be used if the place you land in is a straightforward path with 0 turns. If you hit a turn, well, it just won't work. We also have intel on some new additions to the Kart Customization roster. With the standard kart blueprint, apparently there's been some new things being added. In the notes of the blueprint, they specify that this kart is a mix between the standard kart from Mario Kart 7 and 8 and the pipe frame. The colors have also been coordinated to match the character driving a bit more, with a lot more colors in different areas of the kart. The pedals are further down, and the interior has also been more personalized. The wheels have also been built to adapt to the propeller wheels and the other functions on the kart, including the rush wheel, which has a hole specifically made for the miniature wheels, which are at the back of the kart, sitting right above the engine. There's even a license plate on the back. There is also 2 large LEDs in the front, including an LED for the logo, or the emblem on the front of the kart. The last thing that also can be added is that there's a brand new bumper at the front of the kart that is used for the 2 front wheels. These are utilized by acting as a conveyor belt to move the kart forward in the front. One of the newer options is the bubble float, which is called that because it's basically a giant drivable floaty. Though it has a wonky design, it does have some pretty interesting specs. There is also a vehicle called the Block Buggy, which is shown in this image of Luigi. The Block Buggy is pretty boxy looking, but it definitely looks pretty cool with these big monster tires, which also I got information specifying that these wheels are called Wavy Blue Monster. I don't know if that's the full or the official name, but they definitely look cool to me. There are also older karts that have been added back to the game. Though there's only 2 listed, I'm sure there's other parts of the roster that have also been added in. The first one is the Mushmallow, which came from Mario Kart DS. It seems that there's brand new stuff added to it, like a wooden seat and a more detailed frame. Also a wooden pipe at the back, used for exhaust, and 2 extra lights in the front. The second is the Macaron, which is from Mario Kart Tour. This kart has a different twist to it. Instead of the front being just a straight pattern, it has an icing bag, and a couple other new details added to it in the front. Now let's talk about the tires. These sketches have specs on them this time. The first one we'll talk about is the floaty tires. These colorful pieces are very useful when it comes to speed and decent handling. The weight is also very useful if you need to get around a little faster. The next one we'll talk about, which is the second new tire, is the Hot Pink Monster tire. These ridges are used very well for traction, and the weight can also give you a bit of an advantage on upper slopes. These are one of my personal favorites. One of the returning tires is the Mushroom tires, and it shows right here that the handling is the best of them all. Traction is just a little ahead, and so is acceleration. It seems that these have gotten a serious upgrade since their last edition in Mario Kart 7. Another new set of tires is the Macaron Minis. Although they're not completely new, since they are from the Mario Kart Tour series, they have gotten a serious upgrade, including in detail. You can choose between the chocolate and regular, although they don't make a difference. These tires are also considered roller tires, so do with that what you want. There are also new gliders, but most of them are just listed as the ones from Mario Kart Tour. But with all that being said, the next thing on our list is the title and select screen. In the title screen, you can select the menu and title music from every Mario Kart game. So for example, you can change the music from the original of Mario Kart 10 to Mario Kart Double Dash title theme if you wish. All the music has been remixed and updated from Super Mario Kart to Mario Kart 8, so whatever you choose is up to you. You can also do a randomized mode, where it can change the music every time you boot up the game. The menu is split into different sections in a more neon lights kind of fashion. Think of like window panes, but stylized. This neo look is hoped to be the most recognizable aesthetic of the Mario Kart franchise, and in my opinion, it looks the best. The music also adds to the dark yet stylized creativity of the game. Now let's have a look at the menu options. The first one we're starting with is Story Mode. Mushroom City is hosting the biggest Mario Kart event of the year, the Pipe Prix. Pipes from different worlds appear yearly throughout the city for this specific occasion, and races take place in each one. Mario and friends are speeding their way to the city after being invited to participate. Now let's go further into explaining the details. In story mode, you'll start as Mario in a standard cart at the city entrance. You will then be directed to drive to a grand hotel nearby and receive your new place to stay. This is your hotel room. Nice, isn't it? Here you can buy collectibles and other items to decorate it however you please. You can also have a look at your cart on a small case in front of your bed. Whenever you're ready to get back to racing, just hit the leave option. Now let's talk about the city map. Everything you need to see is here. You can locate all of the places you visit and transport to a location easily by helicopter. You can drive around at any part of the city you wish, except for the mayor's building, which is smack dab in the middle. In there, you'll earn your way inside to compete in the ultimate race, to see how true your racing skills are. If you see an open pipe, which are contained in the lock logo scattered across the map, you can enter it to start a race. But if you see a pipe with a locked gate, you'll need to pay fare to enter the event. When you begin entering, a menu with up to 3 courses to race on will appear. Some are new, and some are variant tracks of the main course. Think of it as Mario Kart Tour, but a bit more upgraded as well. And of course, with every race, there are always incentives to win. Those incentives include costumes and variants for your characters, like Mario, etc., and Mii's. You can unlock new items to use in races for story mode, unlock artwork, music, artifacts, stickers to personalize your standard cart, and collectibles for Mario's hotel room, carts to use in the entire game, mushroom coins, which are used at shops in Mushroom City. Now, that's not all you can do. Another thing to consider is the red pipes all around you. These pipes are challenges or missions. In them, there is only one challenge to complete, but more will show up when you come back to the area they're in after a bit of time passes. Each challenge is different, so boredom is never an option. New and returning boss battles are sprinkled throughout some of the pipes as well. The second and final thing to discover are the stores and the new Toad's Body Shop. You can collect mushroom coins to purchase whatever's in stock to use for your hotel room in several stores on city grounds. But along with coins being used for your purchase, you can earn XP points in races that can upgrade your cart, like speed and handling. Stickers can also be bought for your standard cart to decorate wherever you like. And another note, mission mode has also made a return. To keep a long story short, you earn this mode when story mode is complete. You'll be able to revisit old battles and missions whenever it suits you without all the hassle. Basically saying you don't have to boot up story mode every single time. Now, let's move on to the real reason why you're here, the Grand Prix. Welcome to the Grand Prix. Now, as for Nitro courses, I can't share all of the secrets here quite yet. If Nintendo finds out about that, we're screwed. But we do have a couple for this presentation. The first course is called Mario Land. Pictures are top secret at the moment, but think of it as taking the stead of the basic Mario circuit. The super fun world is filled to the brim with recognizable mentions from the Mario franchise. Glide over a hilly range with enemies flying away, to bricks layered in a shocking array. The second course we have today is named Pool Palace. A grand and sandy kingdom in the middle of the sea is formed. This course has 3 sections in it. Drive on and through the moat, pool, gates, and the sunny seaside in this wet adventure while dodging floaties and making your way to the palace throne. Here's a sketch of what the map looks like. A bonus one we also have is a revamped version of Bowser's Castle. This one in particular is a reference to his castle in Super Mario Odyssey. That's all I can give you right now though. Please wait until the full release for more. Now, we're moving on to the retro courses, some of which have new explanations of the new things added to them. However, it is noted that all of these are not definitive. Although, I have to say, the selection's not too bad. In the Shell Cup, we have Figure 8 Circuit from the DS. This Figure 8 Circuit has been turned into a high-rise stadium with 2 sets of roads. The first is surface level with occasional anti-gravity sections in the loop. The second road, which has been flipped around in the photo to show the layout, is above the first and is all anti-gravity and rush-oriented. An elongated ramp is lifted off the ground on the second lap to access this area. The second layer isn't a walk in the park, however. A lot more obstacles and lack of railing are here. Also, it seems like all the setting in the background seems to be right in the middle. Not sure why, but it's definitely an interesting choice. The next one is Daisy Hills from Mario Kart 7. Something new is the glider section being water accessible. You can choose between driving on water or gliding over the river at the ramp. A small shortcut has also been added here that you can take to utilize the propeller wheel at a much farther distance. You'll drive over to the right windmill and drive via anti-gravity onto its 2 to 4 blades. However, timing is key so that you stick the landing. The next one is Toad's Factory from the Wii, and the last one is Mushroom Bridge from Mario Kart Double Dash. Next is the Banana Cup. The first course they added is Koopa Beach 1. Second is Luigi Circuit, which has an explanation. In this course, apparently Nintendo thought to use this blimp in the background to its advantage. When the race starts, a construction crew begins building a ramp. As the second lap comes around, it's almost complete. As the third lap arrives, the ramp is ready to use. Quickly make your way to it and use propeller wheels to drive on top of the blimp and glide off of it at the end, but be careful not to fall or get knocked off. The radio station seen there has also been moved forward to drive through. Also, a map showing the blimp has been listed up. Next is Frappe Snowland from the Nintendo 64. Finally is Makawuhu. The only detail found says the castle on the mountain is getting a full-on makeover. It's much larger than before, and the moat can be driven on, using propeller wheels, but the bridge into the courtyard is available for unlimited time as well. I assume the bridge goes up after a certain amount of people pass the castle. Next is the Leaf Cup. None of these have explanations though. First is Lakeside Park from Mario Kart Super Circuit, Vanilla Lake 2 from the SNES, Delfino Square from the DS, and Wario Coliseum from Mario Kart Double Dash. And finally, the Lightning Cup. First is Woohoo Loop from Mario Kart 7. Secondly is Dry Dry Ruins from the Wii. Third is Bowser Castle from the Nintendo DS. And finally is Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Double Dash, though it's been listed that this might change over time. Once again, I'm not sure how y'all feel about the list, but I personally don't hate it. Anywho, let's move on to the next part. Introducing the new character roster. Now, I am a bit disappointed because of some of the people missing from it, but all in all, it's a pretty decent roster. As you can see, we mostly have all of the regular characters from Mario Kart 8 and below. However, there's a lot that poke out. Besides the characters from the Booster Course Pass from Mario Kart 8, there's also been new characters added in as well, such as Hammer Bro, King Bob-omb, Pixelated Mario and Donkey Kong Jr., Nabbit, Dixie Kong, and a brand new variant of King Boo from Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Some brand new characters that haven't really been added to a roster at all includes Pianta from Mario Sunshine, Baby Wario and Baby Waluigi, Shadow Mario from Super Mario Sunshine, Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, Fox McCloud, and Falco. And a new returning character is Rob from Mario Kart DS. It lists here that Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, Fox McCloud, and Falco are all DLC, but of course that could also change soon. But with all the characters combined, we have a whopping 60 plus characters. Now we're moving on to items, which we have a lot to go over. So, as you can see on this menu, there is basically almost 40, I believe. Obviously, we have the basic roster, including items from Mario Kart 8, such as the Boo returning, the Super Horn, Boomerang Flower, Fire Flower, which returns from Mario Kart 7, the Super Feather, and the Piranha Plant. But there has also been quite a few brand new and returning items. The Anti-Item Box, which was returned from Mario Kart 64. Next is the Mega Mushroom, which has made a return from Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart Tour. And also the Storm/Lightning Cloud for Mario Kart Wii. The Super Leaf has also made another return for Mario Kart 7, and 3 old items from Mario Kart Double Dash have made a return as well, as the Mega Banana, the Bowser Shell, and the Super Heart. Also, 2 new items that have been created for Mario Kart Tour have also made another return. First is the Super Bell. The Super Bell has a brand new function, however. When you acquire the item, the bell rings automatically. Just hope that your timing is right when it comes out. The bell will ring 4 times and then disappear. The second item from Mario Kart Tour is the Mega Bomb. The Mega Bomb creates a cataclysmic explosion, which is a lot bigger than usual, so be careful where you throw it. Now, let's move on to the 3 brand new items. The first new item is the Ice Flower. The second is the Bubble Flower. Both of these flowers have new functions that will be listed on. And finally, we have the Flaming 10. It's a roster of 10 items. However, you won't always get 10. Depending on your placement, you could get 10 starting out, but instead of just getting automatically 10, it'll do a countdown. So you'll get a roulette and you'll have to choose and hit the right button at the right time to get a certain amount of items from 1 to 10. Whatever you hit, that's what you get. You'll get a bit more luckier if you're in a lower placement. Now let me explain and specify the Bubble and Ice Flower. With the Ice Flower, you can throw ice balls that can freeze others for up to 3 seconds. You can also spin in rush mode to throw 2 ice balls at once in 2 different directions. Pretty simple enough. And secondly is the Bubble Flower. With the Bubble Flower, you're able to blow bubbles and catch items left on the ground by lightning or the environment around you. So if there's a mushroom lying around, you can blow bubbles and grab it. However, the bubbles blow pretty randomly, so depending on where you're at, your timing will have to be perfect. And the last function that you can use with the Bubble Flower is you can do tricks off of the bubbles when coming off of a ledge or a ramp. So timing once again is key. Bubbles cannot be used for any other advantages unless you're jumping off of a ledge. Now, let's move on to the next subject. Next, we have battle modes. For battle mode, the games are listed as follows. First is Coin Rush. In this mode, coin runners has been given a serious upgrade. Instead of using basic speed and items to reach and steal coins from opponents, rush panels have been put randomly around the battle courses to make this version more chaotic. Spin, crash, and plunder your fellow players to grab as many coins as possible. Also, as a new addition, 5 and 10 coins have also been added to the game at different times, so if you see one, grab it quickly. Second is Balloon Battle. In this iconic game, you can choose between a regular battle or Bob-on Blast. Pop your opponent's balloons before time is up to win. Third is Renegade Roundup. Catch the opposite team's players with the Piranha Plant in a game of cops and robbers. Get all of the opposite players in a cage before time runs out. Number 4 is Shine Thief. Steal a shine sprite from your other opponents until time's up to win. Rush mode can also be added. And in the brand new game called Cloud Virus. In Cloud Virus, 2 players have been infected by a lightning cloud. Their job is to pass it around to another player and keep passing it until the cloud erupts. Whoever gets struck by it after a certain time limit is disqualified. Fight down to however many players you choose to win. The next thing to speak on are the stages. We'll only be talking about the returning ones for now until the official release. Stages that are returning are Nintendo DS for Mario Kart DS, Funky Stadium for Mario Kart Wii, Cookie Land for Mario Kart Double Dash, Skyscraper for Mario Kart 64, Battle Course 4 for Mario Kart Super Circuit, and Battle Course 3 from Super Mario Kart. One new thing that we can talk about in these stages is for Mario Kart DS. Certain games from the DS franchise will come out to play to give it more of a challenge on the course depending on what you're playing. Also, Cookie Land and Skyscraper have brand new obstacles to give you a bit more of a challenge as well. Next is multiplayer and online content. As usual, multiplayer and online content stays the same. Mario Kart TV even makes a return this time with more clips that you can save and even filters or templates for social media sharing. In multiplayer and online, you can choose a course at random or find a new way to settle the score. Introducing Quick Race Mode. This mode is simple. You and your friends can race each other in a small loop track that can last up to a minute. Whoever wins first, second, third, and or fourth place will choose which courses to run in numeric order, so everyone gets a chance to choose. Thank you for watching this investigation on the Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart 10. Though I didn't have a lot to share, hopefully I can share more intel about it. If you'd like to get more intel, just tell me in the comments below, and I'll be sure to oblige. I hope you're just as excited as I am for the release of this game. We don't know when it's coming out, at least I can't say, but I'm sure you'll love it. Please keep a lookout for more information regarding this new installment as the days go on, and we'll see you later. Hey, so this is the Direct. I would like to just say straight up, if you watched this whole video to the end, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. While the last Direct I feel like I put more effort into, I think I put a lot of effort into this one too. The art took me forever. I don't know if I'm gonna release this on Mario Day or the day after, but sooner or later it will be released at that time. Really all I can say is thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button. I also have another Nintendo Direct for a Mario 3D game. It's Super Mario 3D Mix. It's basically like 3D Mario games, all of them combined into one game, and they're all remastered, redone, and it's just like a super awesome idea that I thought would be great to add it. You can check that out in the videos recommended, or you can also check out the comments, and I'll probably put it in my description, so please check that out. I worked really hard on that one. But with that being said, honestly, I don't really have much to say except thank you once again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video once again, and I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video. Bye-bye!